So we are now doing calculations. So we are saying calculating distance of points on the same latitude. What do we mean? We mean that the 2 points, if we want to calculate their distance, they must lie on this same line of latitude. So they must be on the same line of latitude. That's what we are looking at. How do we calculate distances when we are looking at points that are lying on the same line of latitude? So our formula that we use, it is distance is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r then times cos theta, or we say cos x there, right? So we can say yes, cos x. Right, so how do we now use this formula to calculate the distance? So first things first, we need to know what the radius is. So there is radius in nautical miles and radius in kilometers. So 34, 37, this radius is in nautical miles. So everything that you are going to be calculating, they'll be asking for the distance in nautical miles. So as you can see here, they've said in nautical miles. Alright, so let's interpret the question there. They've said that determine the difference in longitude between points M and K. So M and K, so this is Z, K, this is K there, right? I think I made a mistake. So between M and K, right? So we need to check M, on which longitude, because they want to us to determine the difference in longitude. So we check on which longitude is M lying, so you write it there. So M, on which longitude is M lying, so you check this line. This line is the line of longitude. The one that you'll be seeing moving from north going to south is the line of longitude. So you see that M is only the longitude 48 degrees west. Then you come to K. K is on which longitude? You say your K will be only the longitude 32 degrees east. Alright, so 48 degrees west and 32 degrees east. Now, how do we find the difference in longitude between points M and K? We've just stated which longitudes the two are lying, but we haven't determined the difference in longitude. So how do we find the difference in longitude? We check. So you just have to check if M is on the west and K is on the east, you add the two longitudes. So M is on the west, K is on the east. So to find the difference in longitude, I will say 48 degrees plus 32 degrees, and this will give me, is it 80 degrees. So the difference in longitude between M and K is 80 degrees. Okay, what if M was on the east and K was also on the east? So if M was on the east and K was on the east, we are going to subtract. Okay, so if we had 48 degrees east and 32 degrees east, we are going to say 48 minus 32, then our answer, that will be the difference in the longitude. Okay, if M was in the west and K was also in the west, it means that we are also going to subtract. So when we add, we only add when we notice to say that the two longitudes are, one of them is in the west and the other is in the east. But if both of them are in the same side, like east-east, you subtract, west-west, you subtract as well. But west-east, you always add to find the difference in longitude. So this is the difference in longitude, 48 plus 32 goes to 80 degrees. Here you will not have units like east or west because you've added the two longitudes. So that's the difference in longitude. Okay, then this same difference in longitude, it is what we call our angle theta. Okay, this letter you are seeing there, it is referred to as the theta. Okay, so now they've said calculate in nautical miles the distance between M and K along latitude 80 degrees north. So M and K are on the same latitude. M and K are on the same latitude. Okay. So since M and K are on the same latitude, this is the formula we use. We always multiply times cos x. So how are we going to find the distance now? Okay, so to find the distance between M and K, we are going to say distance. Remember, it's in nautical miles, so we are using this radius. If they wanted us to find it in kilometers, this is the radius we use. R is equal to 6370. Alright, let me first interpret the formula for you. So theta here, this angle theta you are seeing there, it is the difference in longitude. Okay? As long as you are calculating the distance of points between the same latitude, that are on the same latitude, your angle theta, it is just the difference in what? Longitude between those points M and K. Okay? You find the difference in longitude. Okay? So, like we did 48 plus 32 gave us that the difference in longitude was 80. So this theta means the difference in longitude between M and K. So we are looking at on the same latitude, so this is on the same latitude like that. Our R is always given in the exam. So you may be given 3437, which is nautical miles, or 6370, which is kilometers, depending on what they want you to calculate. Are they asking for the distance in nautical miles, or do they want the distance in kilometers? So they'll give you the radius. Pi is 3.142. Alright, cos is there on the calculator. I'll show you how to use it. Then x. X is simply the latitude on which the lines, on which the 2 points are lying. So here the verse said along latitude what? 80 degrees north. So x is just 80 degrees, okay? So we won't be putting n, but we'll just be putting 80 itself. So can we find now the distance? So we said theta, we found the difference in longitude was 80. So I'll say 80 over 360 times 2 times, what is my pi? My pi, I'm given 3.142. Then times my radius, they've said I calculate in nautical miles, so this is my radius, which is 34, 37. Then I say times cos what? 80. So along the latitude 80 degrees. Even here if you check, the latitude they are both lying on is 80 degrees. So times 80 there. Then we say our distance will be equal to, so the first thing that you can do is just multiply everything on top, then you come and divide by 360. So this is how you punch. Okay, hope you follow my steps very well. So you say 80 times 2 times 3.142, alright, times 3437, then times, you press on cos on your calculator like that. Then make sure your calculator here there is D, okay? Make sure that the reading there is D, which is degrees, because some calculators may be in rads and you don't want to have your calculator in rads. So times what? Cos 80. Okay, so this is the answer we are getting, but this is not the final answer. We need to divide by 360. So I'll say divided by 360, and that's my final answer. 833.43. So I'll write the full one. I'll say 833.4382434. Then in the exam, always make sure you read the instructions. So if the examiner say if for the degree of accuracy is not specified, leave your answer correct to 3 significant figures. So start counting. This number is significant, this one is significant, this is also significant. I'll teach you on how to determine significant figures. So since the 3 are already significant, so I'll say 833. Then anything after the decimal point, I simply just scrub it off, and I'll have nautical miles like that. Alright, so if we had a 5 here, we would have added the 1, 2, 3, and G would have written nautical miles. But since this is less than 5, we just scrub it off like that. So that is how we determine the distance of 2 points that are lying on the same latitude. Okay.